Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Esoteric. Got a fun episode for you guys this week because this is our July 4th day special. And if you're not aware of this game, it is Metal Wolf Chaos, and it's the most American thing that could possibly happen unless Hulk Hogan did lines off the back of a NASCAR car's bumper with strippers dancing around him, all while an American eagle soared by with the Blue Angels. I just made that up on the spot, and I hope you liked it, and I think you're going to like this video too. Although I might get in a little bit of trouble with this one, we shall see. But this game is absolute insanity of the highest order, and I absolutely love it. And it's the perfect type of game to put on the channel for the July 4th holiday. If you're in the USA, happy holidays. If you're anywhere else, just laugh along with me and enjoy this game. But when I mean that Metal Wolf Chaos is just sheer insanity, I absolutely stand by that fact. Although the other thing about this game is it is absolutely a spectacular game that's got so much great combat in it, you're absolutely going to love it. And the best part is it's made exclusively by a Japanese developer from Software. I'm sure you're familiar with them, and it never actually got a North American release until the remastered version. So on July 4th today, we're playing a Japanese exclusive Xbox game, and the Xbox was not popular whatsoever in the Japanese territories. But right off the top, if you like mech combat, if you like stomping soldiers, and you like Americana, Metal Wolf Chaos is going to have absolutely everything for you. This is a star-spangled tribute to all the ridiculousness that you can put in video games, and I am 100% here for it, because you'll see here this monument has a secret entrance underneath it, and when you defeat enough enemies, you're going to be able to run in there. Now be aware, I'm only showing you the first parts of the game because this game gets even more ridiculous as time goes on, and if you've never played it before, you owe it to me, you owe it to yourself, and you owe it to that American bald eagle flying by to play this game. But leave me a comment down below and tell me if you've ever played it before. I would be curious who has definitely experienced this, because if you've played it once, you're never going to forget it whatsoever. And the great part is, mechanically, it's a really sound mech action game. You have such an amazing loadout of weapons, as America so does, and you get to unleash every single one of them on the Vice President's forces, because in the canon of this game, the Vice President has run a coup d'etat against the President to try to fix what he perceives are the ills of America. When I let you watch the first cutscene as opposed to letting you hear audio, you're going to see that it is a very familiar story for sure. But right off the top here, knocking down all these soldiers with a machine gun and a rocket launcher on your mech, it just 100% works. And as this hangar opens up to show you that there is a secret base under the White House with a duplicate copy of Air Force One ready to fly out of the mall, it is just amazing. It's like playing a Godzilla game, except Godzilla's not there, which is to say that it is pure spectacle, pure action, pure set piece, and it all 100% works. The only thing I hate about the game, and I forgot to change it, was to invert the controls. By default, they're more of a Japanese feeling system, and that doesn't work on America's birthday. But as we get into the first proper stage here, the coup d'etat forces have taken over Chinatown in San Francisco, and this is one of their first bases. Kind of feels like the Man in the High Castle a little bit with that San Francisco flair. Not sure if the developers at From Software ever read that book, but it is what I kind of feel in my head. But as you run forward here, blowing up these trucks, shooting down soldiers, running around in your mech and blasting around with the jets on the back of it, it just feels spectacular in the gameplay elements. The action is non-stop, it's intense, there's fireworks, there's everything you would want in a game like this. And I love the President's mech suit there, just opens up and basically gives him a rotatable 360-degree gun rack. Also one of the most American things I could possibly think of. And as these bands just blow up here and spin around in the air, it just makes you happy when you play the game. There's always something to do, there's always something to see, there's always huge set pieces. You can fly around in your mech, but you will see there is an overheat and recharge mechanic to that, so you can't do it all the time. The only issue I have with the game, it's a small one, is every once in a while it's really hard to hit individual enemies, especially if they're behind cover. But let's do it American style here. Forget using the machine gun. Let's just blow off a bazooka round. That is a very easy way to take them out. But this game is just amazing, and it's not surprised that it has been remade, because this never came out in North America, and apparently that's because of the political climate here. Microsoft wanted something developed for a Japanese audience that could work in America. From Software made Metal Wolf Chaos, and it never actually came over to America when the original Xbox was on the market. But when I said this rings very true to what's currently going on, and that part about maybe this will get me in trouble, go ahead and watch this cutscene. It's like 1.5 minutes long, but trust me, pay attention, because it's going to be important later.
To my beloved fellow Americans, good evening. This is an announcement from the Government Policy Promotion Department, your American justice and freedom supporter. First of all, what I would like to tell each and every one of you is this. Recent events were not a mere coup d'etat, but rather a revolution to correct the wrongs in the United States of America. To our regret, our nation is in a crisis situation. Since 2010, domestic terrorism problems have increased rapidly. Economic disputes originating from the exhaustion of fossil fuels and the sudden rise in unemployment due to the influx of large-scale immigration. Neither the current president nor the American government took actions to address these various problems. This villainous terrorist, who first appeared in Washington and began his unjust rampage, goes by the alias Metal Wolf. His current whereabouts are unknown. While all of America will be under martial law until Metal Wolf is caught, please do not confuse the issues at hand. Without fail, the U.S. military elite forces, with a combined strength of 1.5 million, promise to smash this unforgivable evil to pieces. This has been an announcement from the government policy.
Throw the pandemic and inflation in that cutscene, and you basically just described what 2023 is like. I'm not sure if somebody at From Software had a crystal ball as to what was going to be happening, but hilariously, it seems to pretty much ring true of what the world is experiencing right now. Insurrection, revolution, you can call them one of the two things, but it kind of still feels the same. It's like Metal Wolf Chaos could predict the future, and honestly, I will give you a little bit more details later, but maybe it did, because we're not quite there yet in the canon of the game versus the year that we are living in. But a little bit less of that cutscene, a little bit more of the action. Once you get to the big targets here, I absolutely love it. You need to unload all your weaponry on them to destroy them before you can move on, and every single area of the stage is going to bring you bigger and newer enemies. When we get to the hill in Chinatown here, a place I've been in San Francisco, delicious food. If you're ever there, definitely check it out. An M1 Abrams tank comes down. It has changed sides and it's fighting for the vice president. And trust me when I say you want to play this game, because I'm only giving you breadcrumbs of the story. It is so unique and strange. You want to experience it yourself and not have me spoil it for you. But we're now fighting two tanks in the streets of San Francisco, and graphically I just love it. Of course I'm emulating this to upscale it for YouTube. It is easier to do that way to make it look quote-unquote pretty, but all of the Chinatown neons, all of the lighting effects on the ground, all of that bloom there just really do serve to make this game look absolutely spectacular as well with the particle effects. This game is not only hilarious, it's not only a great game to play, but it's also a great game to look at in motion, and has some amazing soundtrack as well that I'll probably let you listen to in a second or so. But as we fly through the sky here, pretty much everything in this game is destructible. If you see it and you can shoot it or jet your way into it, it is going to blow up. And I love that when you destroy some trucks, they just basically take a cartwheel in the air, doing almost a 720 before they hit the ground. It is just explosion after explosion after explosion, just like we're going to be having this evening when those fireworks start going off. And I do love fireworks. Leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think. They are one of my favorite parts of the holiday. Although I do wish they would give us all mechs to play around with as well, because that would be absolutely incredible. But not all my July 4th wishes come true, so it looks like I might have to walk today. But as we run up this hill, I just love how this game never lets up. Unless you're retreating from the enemy, there's always something to shoot. There's always bullets and projectiles coming from every single direction, and you do need to manage how many of your weapons you use at once. Because ammo can be scarce, you do need to blow up crates, so you want to make sure that you don't go too ham. But back to the canon of this story, you'll see here that you're playing as Michael Wilson, the 47th President of the United States. If you don't know what president we're on right now, it is number 46 with Joe Biden, so there is still time for this to become actual reality in our world. Maybe somebody from Software could predict the future, but if you see someone named Michael Wilson running for president, it might be time to leave the US because the mechs and the coup d'etat are coming. And I think I'm joking, but pretty much every year something weirder happens, and right now we are in the phase of apparently aliens might be real, and there's whistleblowers telling the United States Senate about it, so you never know what might be true. The one thing that I know definitively though is this game has an awesome soundtrack with great explosion sound effects, so go ahead and listen for like 45 seconds and I'll come back and show you more Metal Wolf Chaos, but enjoy and be careful, the aliens might be behind you.
enemy forces have usurped a building, making it a target.
The building was opened 2 years ago on April 25th. It's named the Halcon Dinkai China Building. Each season it's decorated with gorgeous lights. Their Christmas tree tops them all.
Amazing music, amazing sound effects, and slightly janky voice lines, and you know if you watch this channel, I love bad voice acting, but I would give that one probably a B- here. As you come up against this gigantic building, it's one of the bosses of this area. We need to destroy the whole thing and raze it to the ground before the stage boss will come up, and again you get amazing explosions that almost look like fireworks, and this is why, among many reasons, I chose Metal Wolf Chaos for my July 4th special, and this is the first year I have done it. I was just thinking I wanted to do something different, and this game immediately came to my mind that I knew I could have a ton of fun with it. It's just one of those games. It is spectacular in every department. It is weird, it is quirky, it's strange, it's hilarious, it's kind of on the nose true about what's currently happening. And for the best part, it's also just a good game. And of course, you get this super tank coming in here with what looks like a railgun. Not sure if that's what it is. Leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think about the July 4th special, because this was definitely a one-off that I just decided to make. And the best part is this game is amazing, and if you've never played it, don't just do it for me. Do it for the ghost of George Washington playing electric guitar with Jimi Hendrix and Spuds MacKenzie to his left and to his right. It's America's birthday. We're playing Metal Wolf Chaos. Go out there, have a beer, blow off some fireworks, and try to keep your fingers. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.